Hey folks, Griffin here. It's that time of year again, a special time of year where you can gather the whole family around the jam box and you can play this most precious Candlenights episode of My Brother and Me. We promise we're going to keep it clean, cleaner even than years before when we didn't actually keep it all that clean. But this time, we mean it. You know we're good for it. So listen ahead with virgin ears. That was gross, but that was the last gross thing that we're gonna say on the show, on the whole episode. I guarantee it. Come round, Papa, Mim, Daddy. There's two dads. There's two dads and one mom in this family. It's a great and crazy family. Come round, everyone. Gather round for My Brother and Me's third annual Candlelight Spectacular.
It's familiar, but not too familiar. But not too not familiar. It's a new craze. And the girls, do you wanna just say, hey, I wanna? Just say, hey, I wanna.
Over the hill. Lordy, look who's 40.
What do you mean?
It's Jesus' birthday.
Oh, I see. Okay.
He's getting up there.
I see what you did there.
One more birthday, 1 year closer to death, and then life again. Right after it.
Happy
3 days afterward.
Happy birthday, Jesus. Hey, it's Jesus' birthday. Otherwise,
It's probably a lot of people's birthdays.
It's probably a lot of people's birthdays. It's mainly Jesus' birthday here on My Brother and Me Candlelight Spectacular. What a bummer it must have been when you know the years are counting down to you piecing. Like, his 33rd birthday, his 32nd birthday was at 1. Like, he had to know something was up.
Now, Justin, you and I both know that is not the way that the Roman calendar works.
Sure it is. It's what is it? Why is it 1? Why is it 2? What do you guys think is going to happen in 2 years? I do want to also note that I did transplant this joke from an episode of Dinosaurs. Where they talked about what's gonna happen in 65 million
I thought it sounded familiar and also hilarious.
Well, that's from Dinosaurs. So, but imagine.
Do we have to start annotating every time we steal a joke from Dinosaurs? Because this show's gonna become like 1/3 longer.
This is our Christmas holiday funtacular, otherwise known as Candlenights. Is a non-denominational, non-traditional holiday celebration where the only real rule is just be yourself.
No rules, just
No
right.
rules, just right. It's
and
like
also
a holiday outback.
and also no cursing.
There's no cursing. That's, I guess, the only rule. So one rule, just right. The annual, did you guys know we don't do a Christmas tree? We just do an awesome blossom. And then we decorate that awesome blossom.
And then we watch over the span of a month as it rots on the ground.
Exactly.
Boy, the dogs sure like Candlelights at our house.
When the stink is so bad that you can't be in the same house as the Candlenights awesome blossom, then you throw it away, and then you have a big party to celebrate that your house doesn't smell like rotten, stinky onions anymore.
Now, this, of course, is an advice show. I'm your oldest brother, Justin McElroy.
I'm your middleest brother, Travis McElroy.
I'm your sweet baby Jesus brother, Griffin McElroy. Guys, I have almost sworn like 3 times already.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. It's like hanging over at Nani's house and not dropping them.
You know, it's like one of those like psychological things where it's the don't push the red button thing. Like as soon as we announce we can't curse,
and
it's
then you
all
press,
I want to do.
And then you press the red button, and then a random person on Earth dies, and then you get $1 million.
Don't scratch
exactly.
that. Don't scratch that place there. I think that the thing that is important to know, first off, if it's your first time listening to us, welcome. We're so happy that a family member has turned you on to our show.
The show. Oh, wowzers.
And do want to re-emphasize that while we will not be using curse words in the traditional sense, we will be exploring ideas that are extremely upsetting to adults and children alike. But no cursing, but you will wish there was a linguistic shorthand to express some of the complicated psychosexual ideas we will be delving into.
We have effectively lowered the letter grade of our podcast rating down exactly 1 step. I would like to take this time to apologize for all the screaming that you'll probably be hearing on my end. I live on a a street in Austin known for its Christmas light displays, and the kids are out in full force. And for some reason, their gut reaction to seeing a bunch of Christmas lights is to scream as if someone was beating them with a pipe.
I just love the holidays.
I haven't looked outside. I don't think there's anybody.
Is it like an excited scream or like a horrified, like, how could they scream?
It's a guttural. It's just like almost like they're having a contest to see who can scream, as if their screams illuminate the lights even brighter, as if their screams provide the lights with the precious wattage that they need.
These are families like driving through the street, right?
And no, mostly walking. We had carolers. Honestly, I had carolers last week. I didn't know how to handle it. I just stood on the porch.
I almost asked you why parents would roll down their windows to share their screams in the neighborhood, but then I imagined the alternate personality who's like, keep those windows rolled up and just keep all this for me.
Let's just bake in those. Let's hotbox those screams.
You know,
Love it.
actually, so yesterday when Justin and I did some magic,
I'm gonna need everybody to. I'm just gonna need a quick pause to explain.
we did some magic together. Yeah. Oh, you need more than that?
Like special holiday magic? Did you make wishes come true for...
We did make it snow inside with the love in our hearts. And we also went to Great Wolf Lodge and did MagiQuest.
Oh,
and
man.
defeated a dragon. We did it with a little kid. Wait. We did it with a little kid present. Wait.
Okay.
We took a little kid with us.
Wait.
Wait.
I gave a cape to a little kid. This is true. I bought a cape, and it was $8. It said MagiQuest on it. I was wearing it to the side, like a Baron or Shazam. It got too itchy for my neck, and there was this little kid named Ryan who was helping Travis to defeat.
And by little kid, like 4 years old.
Like
and
4
he was
years old.
legit helping me.
You gotta use the ice arrow now. And I was watching all this happen, and I said, "Here, Ryan, I think you deserve this cape more than I do." And then I handed it to him, and later we were back in the room, and we were telling this story to my father-in-law, and he said his mom was there, right? And I realized that then I realized that giving a magical cape to a 5-year-old is probably the creepiest thing I've ever done.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Also, the point of my story here is I watched so many parents carry their children away towards their rooms screaming, and the parents just continuing on with their conversation with each other as though the child wasn't screaming. And I imagine that it's got to be like, when you decide you're going to show your kid something awesome or take them somewhere cool, you have to know that at the end of the day, they're going to end up screaming.
yeah, guess what? You're not a wizard anymore. Sorry.
Yeah,
Let's go.
right?
You're going to go back to being a second grader. Oh, you don't like that trade-off, I imagine.
So I imagine you have to build up.
You're a
some kind of
wizard, Harry!
resistance.
But now you're not anymore, because it's Tuesday, and it's time to
Now
go to
it's
school.
bedtime, Harry.
Now it's time to go to Grandma Jones, Harry. So listen, you know what? This is still an advice show. We should get out there and
Advise.
and help some people.
Let's get our hands dirty with Yule.
Yeah, my family is a rather boring one in terms of gift giving. Over the past 5 years, we've mostly exchanged looks, DVD.
So we exchanged books.
Sorry.
I got you this look.
Check this out. It's blue steel. Okay, we mostly exchange books, DVDs, and music. My parents own electronic readers, and owning physical media is for old maids now. I feel entirely unfulfilled giving out iTunes codes or whatever nonsense lets me gift digital goods. Should I just settle for disappointing codes as gifts, stick with increasingly obsolete formats of gifts, or take an entirely different approach? That's from Luddite in Lambertville.
First of all, I don't think giving DVDs, books, and stuff and music is boring, because if you were to cut out those three things, it does not leave a lot of other pop culture media.
Well, no, but you can reach outside of the pop culture realm, outside of that zone. Maybe you can get me a Collander. That's none of those things.
Yeah, but you can't do a year of all Collanders.
That's true. I can't. I guess I can't do that. I
I
can't.
guess he got you there.
I also
I'm
can't.
just saying, you wouldn't want to when you're taking away your haul at the end of the day, just have a box full of kitchen goods.
I mean, you have a point, but in my defense, it's kind of hard to strain pasta or cook broccoli through through your Pixar Brave DVD. You know,
Well, if you only have the one, you have to knit them together into a DVD.
that's gonna be.
colander.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Trev, that's gonna be a pretty bad colander. I'm just saying, unless you are cooking.
I
what's
do
that?
appreciate the hand woven DVD colander you got me last year, but it is not effective.
What's that?
There are
Fat,
many
Because my
shards.
Feelings are hurt.
what's that fat pasta that looks like Cinnabons? Tortellini. That's the only pasta you can do in there, and that's pretty much its only use.
Did you say tortelloni?
I said Torbalone. I said Timberlake.
I agree that it's not a great. I think as part of a gift package, like as part of a suite of gifts you're getting someone, a code is probably very good.
Yeah, you got the trick to good gift giving is to mix it up like that, right? Like, get me an iTunes code because I spend roughly $450 on iTunes every week, and you know, the more you can cut down that number for me, the more I appreciate it. Then get me something from the heart, you know, something that you made with your hands. Then maybe get me something awful to like temper my expectations for the fourth gift, which is another iTunes card.
So this
It's
is
all
so
about-
you want to cycle through. It's the ups and downs.
Good Christmas gift giving is really all about muscle confusion. It's really all about zigging left,
I'm doing gift insanity.
zigging left, then zigging really hard right, and then giving me an iTunes gift.
You're basically suggesting giving gifts like a senile great aunt. It's basically, what about a handmade iTunes gift card?
I love that.
You just stitch it together.
It's a Post-it note, and you wrote 16 random characters on it, and you said best of luck.
How
Maybe.
about it, Etsy?
Or you just get like a bag with cut up letters and numbers in it, and then you
Oh.
have them pick their own 16 digits out.
Oh, that's
And that
fun.
way it's like you make your own code and luck be a lady.
Yeah.
Something to do with the kids.
You exchange it, and it is actually for luck be a lady, but it's actually that awful version that guy from the Eagles did. That's like it's kind of like a reggae jam. You guys ever?
I
heard
don't
that?
know. I don't know
boy,
what
it's brutal.
what a code is because I don't do a lot of purchasing online. Is that like you get a code for a specific album or for a specific like ebook,
bucks.
or is it like a gift card?
It's so hard to tell. I don't know how to do it. This person has a point. Like, everything is going digital, but I don't
Yeah.
want to give somebody like a slip of paper and say this can be a gift. This is a gift voucher. You know, because then you're
This
basically
is your
getting them.
doorway to a gift.
But
Yeah.
doesn't Christmas exist so that you like I will download the music for myself on iTunes, but Christmas exists so you can hand me a CD. Like,
right.
I don't think it's about the most convenient thing anymore. It's about, well, let's be honest, Christmas is about the merch.
Right.
It's about the goods.
Well, no, but
What? What? Nobody wants to walk away from Candlenights just with nothing to play with.
right.
Right.
That's the thing. If a Nerf gun fight breaks out, you can't fire an iTunes gift card.
Well,
So I
you
guess-
can. You can.
can.
It's incredibly dangerous and expensive because
Because where'd it go?
You're talking about like 10 apps. You're weaponizing 10 apps and you're throwing it, and it's very sharp.
I guess I don't have a good answer.
So I guess the answer is you get a book and then inside of it you write the code
Yeah,
for the thing they want actually.
You can get the code and they'll use the code to get a gift and cool, but like please don't fool yourself into thinking that you're getting a very thoughtful gift. Like
Right.
it's not, but if like your family is very utilitarian, they may appreciate that.
They're not
And
going to
maybe they
buy.
want-
They're not going to
practical
take your
gifts.
$10 iTunes gift card and then go buy the greatest hits collection of Billy Ocean. And then every time they listen to that Billy Ocean MP3, be like, "Oh man, thanks, Chuck. Oh man, you remember when Chuck hooked me up with this Billy Ocean?"
The worst part about gift cards is you can't impose your taste on other people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you
guilt-
write, use this to buy Billy Ocean on the
I
iTunes
swear,
gift card.
if I find out you didn't buy Billy Ocean's Greatest Hits, volumes 1 through 10, then I am
Hey.
done with you.
Hey, Bryce, do you mind if I get on your computer real quick and check my email? Scan. Can't help but notice. I don't see this. Oh, I noticed you got some new biscuit on here, but I don't see that Billy Osh.
Maybe maybe you got Billy Ocean in the cloud. Did you put Ocean in the cloud?
Did
Maybe.
you toss Ocean the cloud? Let me check. Nothing in the old Dropbox. I am confused, Bryce. I left explicit instructions on the cloud.
Did you burn it? Did you burn Osh to a disc? And
Oh.
You have like maybe an Osh like portable hard drive.
do you have your Osh on a jazz drive? Can I peruse your jazz drives? So we don't know. Next question.
Next question. Sorry. Here's a gift card. Thank you. Move along. Thanks for playing.
Sorry.
What would you do? Next question.
Here's our next guest, so don't just sit there. Up until now, my wife and I have alternated spending the holidays with my family one year and hers the next. Mine involves a rather pricey flight out east, while hers is a 5.5 hour drive away. We figure we're at the age where it's time to start our own traditions and want to start spending Christmas at home. What is wrong with me? I'm having a stroke. Here we go. Want to start spending Christmas at home. This isn't going to be much of an issue with my family since the cost involved with the flight to Christmas is an easy excuse. However, my wife's family already doesn't think we visit enough, despite the 5.5 hour drive being relatively long for me as the only driver. And as soon as we start skipping the trip out east, they will surely start asking why we aren't visiting them instead. I thought you might know how we could break the cycle without causing too much family drama.
Can somebody explain to me?
Signed, Seeking Silent Nights.
Can someone explain to me what this question is asking? Because it was just a bunch of... In my head, all I heard was a bunch of directions.
It's an algebra problem.
I was saying
two families leave the station, traveling in opposite directions at each other. How much do they love each other?
Basically, this person wants to stop traveling at Christmas. Mm-hmm. And I guess the best I have for him is, yeah,
dude.
Sorry.
So,
next.
But
we see every movie that, like, came out in the 80s and 90s about being with your family on Christmas. Like, that's what it's all about.
Let me reference our friend Jonathan Taylor Thomas's performance in I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Okay.
It was awesome.
It was good. Is that your whole reference?
Thank you. Move on.
Good
What?
We can't move on. I need a quote.
I can't quote it. I can just tell you how I felt when I saw it.
I need any evidence that you know what it's about at all.
It's about his dad wanting him to come home for Christmas and him saying he doesn't want to, and so his dad offers to give him a car if he's able to be home in time for Christmas dinner.
Jessica Biel's in the mix, right? His GF. Wants him home real bad, except that some thugs take him, don't want him home with this GF, don't want him to get that car. They super glue a Santa suit to him, throw him in the desert. All of a sudden, he's got to find his way home, but he doesn't have a card. He doesn't have any
money.
Doesn't have any documentation. How is JTT going to crack this nut? I'll tell you how he's going to crack this nut. With his charms and his wiles.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so real talk. Of course, when you say to your family, either side, hey, we don't want to come home for the holidays, their reaction is not going to be like, cool, dude, drop us a line. When there's
no way to do this.
Be sad.
Right. I mean, they're going to be upset. If you're asking how to do this without making them upset, the answer is you can't.
You can't do that unless you have a kid.
There it is.
That's the answer you're looking for.
That's your only get out of jail free card, because then you can say, I don't think he's ready to travel that far. We're pretty exhausted. We're just going to spend it home with a family. And you get away with that for 2 years. And pretty soon you're building your own Christmas traditions with your kid at your house.
Now,
and then they're going to come visit you.
This step is vital. You have got to instill in this child a holy fear of planes and cars. you need to ruin this kid. Transportationally speaking, you need to make him...
how Dakota is about traveling. You know, if we get Dakota near a plane or a Sea-Doo or any sort of a Razor scooter.
If this kid walks too fast.
If I once told him that eagles could pick you up and carry you away, and he won't get near birds, period.
Mm-hmm.
He won't even watch the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie.
And you know that's my favorite movie. And I can't even have it in the house now. If he sees the box on the shelf, he freaks out.
I was going to share that with my son.
And now I have to keep it locked in a box in the basement.
I made a new label for it. It's called Uncle Buck 2.
It's all part of the Buckiverse, if you think about it. All John Candy movies are in the Buckiverse.
No bullcrap, though. The
dude in Home Alone is the same guy in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, right?
I mean, he doesn't. They don't explicitly say it, but ironically enough, the entire movie of Home Alone was conceived because of the scene in Uncle Buck when Macaulay Culkin is talking to the guy through the mail slot. So that was like the genesis of Home Alone. So you can make the argument that is in the Buckiverse.
And
maybe
there was that alternate ending to Uncle Buck where they were like, "What are you gonna do now, Uncle Buck?" He was like, "I don't know. I've been thinking about training for the Olympics." Fast forward
to fast sledding to Jamaica story
to Go Sleds, but then they changed the title of that in theaters
To Air Buddy.
to Air Buds Sled
Snow
Buds
Snow Buddies.
Snow Buddies.
Snow Buds, Snow Business. Just joking, just joshing around the ice with my friends who are dogs.
Snow
That's the
Business
full
like Snow Business.
It's the whole title of the movie.
So have a kid. Griffin, you have any yahoos?
Have a kid on us.
You know, I'm reading these, and I don't think they're going to be good for the tone of this show. Yeah, how about this one? This one was sent in by Steve Lewis. Thank you, Steve Lewis. It's by Yahoo Answers User question mark, who asks, what would happen if you were to drink the water that was from where Frosty Snowman melted?
Oh, no.
What?
No.
Don't dodge the question, you two. Oh no, Justin, are you still close to Travis?
No.
Can you take
Travis,
that? Can you take that fool back to MagiQuest?
I'm too far to comfort Travis. Oh no.
Travis has a point though with his Travis's tears have a great point, which is that Frosty is kind of like the most messed up of all of the
Right?
holiday things. Because like imagine if like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had like really bad MS, just like ready to go. You know what I mean? Like 6 to 8 weeks. That is what we're working with Frosty.
Well, even more troubling is the fact that Frosty references it in his song. Now, before I melt away, like he knows his impending death, his heat-related death is on the way.
Yeah,
and he brings it up to some kids.
He brings it up instead of doing something, instead of like moving to Bismarck, like do something about it, dude.
Or visiting his friend Bismarcky.
Bismarcky, put me in your cooler.
Frosty,
You still got that stand-up freezer, my man.
Frosty the Snowman is a great way to teach your kids about death while still kind of dodging the question entirely. Because he does die. You're just kind of counting on that your kids won't remember the next time it snows.
Yeah.
Like, crap. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no.
All right.
It
Now
also,
it's time to have this convo.
It also dodges the question about where babies come from, because you can just say that you just put like a magic hat on a lump of flesh, on a big sack of flesh and organs, and then you put a magic hat on it, and then it comes to life. And then
wasn't there a Nickelodeon show about that with the mannequin and the magic hat? I assume that's where babies come from.
Today's special. That's how
Thank
babies are born from mannequins.
I also wonder if when Frosty melts, does he reconstitute? Is it like if you froze him and then like...
That is worrisome to me, is if I drank the Frosty leavings and then he attempted to reconstitute in my body, if he would just burst out like an alien.
Or do you gain his holiday power?
Or do you become Frosty at that point and like the snowman forms around your body and consumes you?
Okay. Hey Bryce, you kind of sound like Burl Ives. What's going on in there?
Do you carry his spirit? Because then I would think there should be an alternate ending to the hit film Jack Frost when his kid is just on hands and knees lapping up his dad. I gotta get all of him. I gotta carry him with me. What are you doing, Philip? I'm drinking my dad.
He's really bad at driving. I got to save you, Michael Keaton. Get inside me. Come with me, Michael Keaton. Come with me if you want to live.
Was Jack Frost the movie that Michael Keaton did and then just said, I can't do movies anymore?
Let's be honest with myself.
I can't be in movies for a while.
My career's going to take a nap for a bit.
I've overexerted myself.
What has he done since then? I'm worried about him. He's still around, right?
I mean, are you asking, is he alive?
Yes.
Okay, he's done some one-offs, you know? He's been in some things. He was in a show called The Company, which is a TV miniseries. He was on that episode 30 Rock, and I think he's in the new RoboCop or Toy Story 4 or both. It's both.
Is he happy?
I don't know.
When was the last time y'all wondered if Michael Keaton was happy?
Is he safe? Has anybody... What was the last thing you did for Michael Keaton other than buy Jack Frost on VHS and DVD?
And Blu-ray.
You bought it on
and
VHS first, right when DVDs like started becoming a thing, and you felt like such a boob. You're like, oh, if only I'd waited, could have gotten all those special features.
If anyone is listening and they're near Michael Keaton, could you check on him for me?
If you're Michael Keaton and you're listening to this, can you
Just drop us a line.
Could you
you
check in
email
on
us?
Foursquare? Just let us know where you are.
What if it's something really depressing? What if it's like Michael Keaton is the mayor of the Safeway that he assistant manages?
Oh no.
Oh no!
Michael Keaton has checked in at the Michael Keaton Museum that he made.
I would hate to be the weird magician that came up with the Frosty stuff and then try to explain to people why. I don't know what good excuse. Like, first off, you have to open and like the first line of your explanation has to be, "Well, not for sex."
Listen, I want to be clear on one thing.
This should
One
be
thing I do wanna
self-evident.
say-
This thing's made out of snow and coal. There is no.
It's not
There's-
a weird sex thing.
I was lonely. Mm-hmm. And was
But
I
it's-
open-minded? Yes, I was.
What
Is
he
it for
has to really explain.
friendship, maybe.
What he has to explain away is why make this sentient, living thing with the heart and soul of a kind human being out of the most like fleeting substance that there is.
I made this hat that you put on a fart and it turns it into a person. Oh no, what was I thinking?
You know how sometimes you experience a sort of a niggling fear of death? Can you imagine a creature that didn't even have the respite of knowing that that day would someday come and after that the fear would stop? I need something that's perpetually obsessed with its own mortality. So much so that upon meeting small children
It
in
brings
this
it
winter
up
town,
casually.
he mentions casually his obsession with his own fleeting lifespan.
My first shot at this was Frosty, the sort of homunculus I made out of wet sand right on the edge of the beach, right at about like 4:30, right before high tide came in.
Have you ever noticed how from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. every single day, you just hear a creature screaming a sandy, sandy scream in terror? That's my bad. That's
But
not
that
I'm
me.
going
one
to
is-
get it right. Mark my words.
Just
One
move them
of
up the
these
beach,
days.
you say. That's not a bad idea. But then the pelicans can get at them.
I'll workshop it, but I can't promise anything.
Ugh, you know it's the pits is that one unseasonably warm day followed by a week of just the chilliest winter.
Dude, today I was walking around Cincinnati in a t-shirt and jeans. It was like 68 degrees today, and tomorrow it's going to be like 22.
I think that Justin was talking about from the viewpoint of
Frosty the Snowman,
human
Travis.
snowman, not
As with most things, I had to run it through a filter of how it pertained to me.
not as a skin-based human being.
It also was bad for me, though, in a lot of
Sure,
ways.
because then you had to find a sweater later.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
At least you didn't have to face your own gosh darn mortality while knowing that a life of happiness is just around the corner for you.
But
Or at
is
least
it
a
even
week.
sadder if you think about he puts this hat on, he knows like nothing. It's his birthday, you know?
By the way,
He-
a top hat, not even a sun hat to protect him from the rays.
No brim whatsoever. And he's just this happy-go-lucky young man, and yet for some reason there's two things he knows. He knows how to love, and that he will soon be dead. He's learning everything else on his own, and yet there is one inherent piece of information in his head. Oh, by the way, if it heats up above, say, about 32, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So you're basically saying he's the epitome of Tim McGraw's Live Like You Were Dying.
Yes. He was specifically created to know only one thing, and that he didn't have long to go.
Live like you were melting.
I told some kids in the neighborhood about how it's gonna die.
I tried to go skydiving, but I just kind of fell apart because I'm made of snow. If a parachute whipped me back, it would probably rip me in half.
Please don't throw my chest bones at a kid.
Why does he
Torment him.
Frosty doesn't have bones, I don't think.
I think that's what I'm saying. His
why would
bones are
you-
made of snow, and then you turn those into snowballs, and then you hit somebody with it.
Right? How is he ambulatory if inside his snow flesh is not a nice skeleton?
I assume it was like various sacks of water and air.
It's like squishing and refilling.
Much like an octopus or something along those lines.
Did you go see Frosty? Yeah, I tried to stand next to him. And the sound of his body moving.
Would it be great if it had nothing to do with magic? It was just like it was genetics. Someone had genetically made a hat that when you put it on, like that was the only response system.
This is gonna sound weird, but could you put your mouth on my armpit and blow? My air sac seems to have deflated. I want to wave goodbye to you kids before it's too late.
Watch out for my venomous prongs. I have all of those to keep the dogs away.
Oh, the traffic cop hollered stop, so I inked all over him. Goodbye.
I'm nature's greatest monster.
Merry Christmas.
I'm a nightmare. Please end me. Please just turn that radiator on. I will be outskis in like 10.
It does explain why Frosty smokes, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why he has a pipe.
He's
What's he
got
got
nothing to lose.
Yeah.
All right. I want to make some money. First up, just want to say a big happy birthday to Ethan. That's coming to you from Seth. I don't know why you got to take Jesus' flavor, though.
Yeah. Way to go, Ethan.
I mean, you guys realize that this episode isn't even going up remotely close to the day of
Yes,
Christ's
Griffin, but everyone knows that he wasn't actually born on December 25th.
Yeah, it's just made
He was
it.
born on the
born on
17th.
December 17th.
Okay.
They just had to delay it because of air time on TV specials. Get out of here.
That doesn't seem true.
So Ethan, we are so proud of you. From Seth.
You know, Seth didn't say this, but I really feel like
He's
he's
proud of
really
you.
touched by just everything that you've been doing lately, and he's so proud of you.
I wish you'd cut back on the. I can't say.
You know, okay, so Seth is very proud of you, but he did mention that one thing, and it would be cool if you could maybe do that less.
Let's just say Seth knows, and also Jesus knows, and also
Yeah.
your net nanny knows, because Jesus installed a net nanny on your PC.
All of those parties also know about the album National Helium Shortage by Red Sky Phenomenon. Griffin, you're into music. What could that be?
If you like indie, if you're into indie, it doesn't get more indie than this.
Okay.
This album was created using Android apps and also a Nintendo DS. Did you guys know you could even do that? They got all kinds of things. What do you need? A Korg synthesizers? They've got that on the DS. You can mix together entire albums. That's how CeeLo Green got started.
Have you heard the album CeeLo Green made where he mixed on DS?
Mm-hmm. It's called Pokemon CeeLo Green. Anyway, you can get it on Bandcamp at redskyphenomenon.bandcamp.com for $0 if you want, but you shouldn't want that. You should want to provide them money with which to continue their art. And it's
very cool. I just listened to it. It's gonna get your blood pumping.
It's all
Well,
streaming.
I like it even if I don't know what indie music is.
This would be a good way for you to start getting into indie.
Okay.
To start enjoying indie.
It's a great gateway to indie.
Yeah. So
you guys can put these quotes on your website if you want.
Yeah, a great indie. It's an indie, guaranteed. You have it from me, the king of indie music. Guys, we have another very special sponsor this week. It is an app which you can get on your iOS. It's called Brackalope, which is kind of a silly name. And I bet you're wondering, hey, what are you even talking about? Well, let me tell you, and stop being so impatient all the time. Brackalope is a tournament builder. It is an app that lets you build tournaments, not the buildings in which like the Olympics took place or anything like that, but it lets you build the brackets for those tournaments, hence the Brackalope, up to 128 players. And it allows you to put in all the metadata that you need. Metadata is so important for brackets, you guys.
Does it say on there, like, does it limit the sport?
Yes, it's
Can
only
you do blood sports?
It's only for figure hacky sack. No, it's for all manner of things, and it's all online. It's all in the cloud, so you can automatically post your results online and stuff. And it's free. It's free on the iOS. Brackalope is getting its start. It's sponsoring the Portland Pin Brawl 2013, which is as you can imagine, a pinball tournament in Portland, Oregon. So yeah, if you need to settle some stuff, maybe a Super Smash Brothers tournament, maybe thumb wrestling,
Maybe blood sports.
maybe blood
Maybe
sports.
best kissing.
Maybe you're best. Who's the best at kissing? It's the sport everyone can get behind. Then you got to go to brackalope.com. And you got to download this app. It's free. You don't even need to go to their website. I know some people hate browsers. Just get
By the
on.
way, that's spelled Brackelope.
That's Brackalope. Go get it and solve your blood sport problems.
I want to tell you about our last advertiser, extremerestraints.com. It is a diverse retailer
All right.
with a variety of goods that seem to have no discernible theme.
Nope.
It's a general store, then, you would say.
It's something of a general store. Here's an attachment you can put on a drill that it seems to be a soft rubber tip, perhaps to protect you from drilling things accidentally.
What happens? Are you jamming a drill and then you turn it on and you say, "Whoops, that's not. I didn't mean to drill this chair." How do you get into this predicament in the first place?
You trip. You get excited because you're about to drill something. So you start drilling, and then you fall or trip.
Okay. I think everything is illuminated.
Okay, good.
Now it all
All
makes
right.
total sense.
I'm looking at one thing here, and it looks like. Have you ever been carrying a candle around and thought this takes up a whole hand, and I need two hands to do some things? It looks like here they have a belt that you can wear that you can hold the candle on the belt, and then you have two free hands.
I think
Pretty impressive.
I think I understand. You know how sometimes you're at home, you just got back from the grocery store, and you get out the kielbasa's that you bought at the grocery store, and you think, man, these sure looked bigger at the grocery store. And then you get them out, and you find them unsatisfyingly small, and you think, these aren't going to keep me, these aren't going to fill me up. They have a special, I'll call it a peripheral, and it is a pump. And you put the kielbasa inside it, and if you, and then all of a sudden your kielbasa, the kielbasa that you bought for eating is bigger.
Have you ever said something you didn't mean to someone, and you think, me and my big mouth. When am I going to learn to keep my big mouth shut? Well, what if you could put a ball in there all the time that you can't take out at all? Maybe you put a whole leather mask in front of your face that looks like a dog. And never
And it's
say
pretty
anything.
funny because, it's a great gag gift because everyone's always walking dogs, but nobody ever puts the leash on a person.
And you know what else
Good
makes
one,
it,
extreme restraints.
You know what else makes a great gag gift?
Yeah.
A gag.
Oh, good.
You ever wonder what people
goofs
mean?
and goofs and goofs.
Can
at
this be the
extremerestraints.com.
rest of the episode, please? Have you ever been at home and it's real hot, so you're not wearing any pants or underpants, and so you're sitting there and I don't want to get blue, but let's say your privates are out, but all of a sudden there's a bunch of wild dogs get in the room, and you're afraid that you'll be bitten on your privates. Well, there's a special cage that you can put around it to keep wild animals away from the thing that you have down there, whatever it may be. But I think I know
Extreme
what it
Restraints
is.
is looking out for your safety.
It's a safety cage like a shark with shark divers use.
You know how sometimes when you turn into a werewolf, people chain you up in the basement?
Uh-huh.
Well, what if only your privates turn into a werewolf? Have you thought about that? Underserved portion of the population.
What if you're the captain of a pirate ship?
Okay, go on.
I'm following so far.
How you need something with which to punish the shipmates who act up, and we're really you can't go to Target and buy a cat of nine tails. You know what I mean? Then,
Sure, yeah, go on.
This is a whip specifically for non-sexual punishment.
I can't stress this enough. Or imagine this, that you're trying to get to work, right? But you're late, and you need to take the carpool lane. But you're by yourself, and you got no one to carpool with you. Well, then you reach in the trunk, and you inflate yourself a friend. And you pop them
carpool
into
buddy.
your passenger seat.
Carpool buddy, that's at extremerestraints.com. You ever look at really ski cucumber and thought, I bet I could juice that? ExtremeRestraints.com has got you covered.
Have you
The head
heard?
honcho.
Man, chronic constipation is a problem that a lot of people run to nowadays. Maybe you want to buy. Maybe you don't want to go to the Walgreens and buy a douche, and maybe you want to buy a special douche, one that can get real deep in there.
You know, chronic diarrhea is a problem. Would it be easier to just plug it up? Not
They got
nothing.
you
Nothing.
covered in Extreme Restraints.
Oh,
Nothing
Think
coming
of
or going.
everything.
oh my God.
You know, swings are great for the kids. What about adults? But don't you miss the fun of soaring through the air, not a care in the world? Well, Extreme Restraints has you covered with a fun swing to swing on.
Sure. You know what?
Can't
What am I-
get your hand out of the cookie jar? No problem. I got a lube for you. ExtremeRestraints.com is if you use the coupon code Middleist, you can get all these gadgets,
Helpful household items.
household gadgets at 20% off. So that's pretty great. Go to ExtremeRestraints.com, use the coupon code Middleist.
There's.
You got another one?
I just found a
wanna share?
product. Let me workshop it real quick. I just have to workshop it while I talk. I need something to spread on my English muffins, and I'm a member of the male sex. I can't go out and I can't use country crock because it's too expensive, and I know I can't use girl butter because it's not my given gender. Fortunately, Extreme Restraints has a product that is called boy butter, so I'll just go ahead and I'll buy a few of those in bulk, so I don't even have to worry about my butter needs anymore.
It's like the Dr. Pepper, it's just for men, right?
Yeah, it literally
That's what this butter is.
It literally comes in a 16-ounce tub or also a squeeze bottle, which is good because sometimes I've only got one hand. Because the other hand is holding the English muffin.
Are your kids Harry Potter pretending not upsetting enough? Well, we've got a wand for you. It's upsetting. Here we go. Brothers.
That was 20 minutes.
That was worth it. That was the best ad ever. Brothers. I've been with my boyfriend for 3 years, and not once have I surprised him with a really good gift. He always buys what he wants. He's really into video games and a fan of the show. I just don't know what to get him that he'll enjoy, but also won't put me in the poorhouse. Can you help a lady out? Thanks, brothers, and happy Candlenights. Boy, Polygon.com is running a great series of gift guides.
Oh, don't you cross-promote.
Listen, I think that it is a great suggestion to go to Polygon.com.
Don't make bathrooms where you eat, Justin. By the way, this show is definitely the bathrooms. You understand that, right? The place we eat is the place we work, but this show is the bathrooms.
This show is most definitely the bathrooms. There's no question about that.
Let me ask you guys this.
Okay.
Is there something to be said? Like, I envision it as a triangle, right? 3 different points. One point is surprise, one point is money spent, and the other point is, like, just numerical amount of gifts. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I feel like you can make up for not having one of the 3 present by having more of the other 2.
Sure.
Because if you're not surprising him, fine. But I don't think you can.
And make no mistake, if you buy a gift that we recommend and he listens to the show, you will not be surprising him.
Right.
No.
Let me list off my top. This is going to make things really easy because you say he's really into video games and he's a fan of the show. My top 3 presents of all time are the Sony PlayStation, the Game Boy Advance, and the Nintendo 64. So, like, just get him a new game thing. Just get him one of those new game things. Is it expensive? Yes, but will he remember it forever? Probably not, because he's not a child. But
it's too late to have that sort of impact. What I could recommend is maybe a book about video games.
That's not surprising. A book.
yeah.
Reading about video games is actually how I kind of got into my current career. Reading Leonard Herman's The Rise and Fall, Phoenix, The Rise and Fall of Video Games.
I got you a book, nerd.
I wrapped it in socks to double how awful it is.
Hope you like reading.
I got you. I basically got
make you do stuff.
I basically
I
got
do
you an
like
unpaid job.
I got you a clerkship. Happy apprenticing.
God, gift giving is so hard, isn't it, guys?
Yes.
It is so hard. You know what's hard is you get to be adults. Mostly, if I want something, I either buy it or convince myself I don't want it.
Well,
it's really hard to find something I'm not buying.
That's not as common as you think, Justin. That is a specific problem that you do.
Right.
Well, that's true. What?
I don't
know a lot of other people that want a fushigi and just buy it.
Well, then you don't know anybody that has an Amazon Prime account.
Yeah, that's kind of our thing. Oops, just bought a second fushigi. Both my wife and I wanted to buy a turntable. I was told to not call it a record player, but that's what we're using it for some time, so we can listen to some groovy tunes on vinyl. We've been trying to cut the Candlenights season, and I'm racking my brain trying to determine a good gift for my SOO. So I keep coming back to is a turntable. I really believe she'd be grateful to unwrap it, but I can't help but hesitate because it's something I want just as much. Ooh. It's as if I'd be receiving 1.5 gifts on the exchange. This seems a bit selfish to me. Brothers, what should I do? Buy something else and risk possible dissatisfaction, or go ahead with the turntable and claim the lion's share of the Candlenights? That's from EP-less in Seattle.
Such a good question.
Wow, that's a good one. Yeah, for sure.
Because there's lots of things that Teresa and I enjoy together, and so when I think this would be something awesome for both of us, it always throws in that, like, tinge of, like, yeah, but that's not how it's supposed to work.
Can I give you some advice?
Yeah, please give me some advice.
Not you stupid idiot.
What about me?
Neither of you. Both of you are no.
Okay.
Just enjoy it.
You said that like the devil would say it.
No.
Yeah.
Can I say it a different way?
Just do it. Yeah.
Okay. And just enjoy it. Just enjoy this special. It's an aligning of the stars. You should see it as a celebration of the fact that you and your significant other like the same stuff. You know what I mean? And also you'll something out of it. You know what I mean?
Why not do the turntable and also some records that you know she would like?
I bet they probably like the same kind of music though.
Oh yeah, that's.
Or you could just don't worry about getting her records that she likes, but instead only get her records that you hate.
Just understand that I'm giving something up by giving this to you.
Right. And that is my right to not listen to Tom Jones all the time on vinyl.
And just know that she's probably also getting you a turntable, and you're going to end up with 2 turntables.
Mm-hmm. Please don't.
Also,
dodged it.
might I also recommend a Crossley turntable, Crossley. I got one for Sydney last year, and it is a fine product.
Yeah,
they make a really good turntable. It comes in a case. It looks very retro. I like
and a microphone.
All right. Okay.
Oh, Travis.
My son has asked Santa for a Wii U. Is it Santa or Santa? My son has asked Santa. My son has asked Santa for a Wii U this year. My wife and I have absolutely no intention of buying a Wii U for a variety of reasons. He's young enough that we don't want to tell him the truth about Santa yet, but we don't want to be disappointed when the big day comes. We've tried several ways of talking him out of this Wii U idea, but his conviction is pretty strong. How can we shake him of the idea that Santa will bring him this ridiculous gift without ruining the magic? That's from Alex.
Why is your kid asking for presents from Sansa from Game of Thrones? I don't understand.
See, I thought it was Beyonce's alter ego, Santa Fierce.
Sure.
Listen, let me talk to your kid. You guys have to leave the room.
Come in here, little Bryce.
Come in here, little Bryce.
Bryce.
Let the brothers McElroy talk to you. Now, parents, you do have to leave the room. We can't use bad words. We've been bound by a blood oath. So just leave the room and let us talk to him. Bryce.
Just leave your kid with us.
Leave your kid with us for like 2 minutes.
Hey, kid, take this cape.
Hey, kid, wear this cape while I talk to you. Listen, kid. You know Santa's going to bring it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad are playing dumb, basically.
So cool.
They're trying to be so cool. You know, my parents try to play this game. What? A Genesis? I'm not going to get you one of those. And then what's that?
Nintendo 64. Wouldn't you settle for a Nintendo 63?
And then what's that behind the couch? Oh, must be from Santa.
What's that from Nani? Nani's got you another present.
It's a
What's that?
It's a secret present.
Wait, what did Nani get it?
Open it. Oh, it's a sewing machine box. Nani, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Feels like there's some extra space. Something rattling around in this box.
Open it up. Is it close? No, wait a minute.
There's a map. There's a map on this sweater.
Is that a codex?
Oh my God, Jesus had a son.
I'm not even worried about the Wii U anymore.
Now I'm off on an international intrigue. I love this. I've got to go find the Pope and kill him while he sleeps. I did not ring the Da Vinci Code.
That's basically it.
Bryce, listen,
Bryce.
Bryce, you know Santa's going to bring it to you.
Yeah, if you
Your
believe...
parents are just playing dumb. Santa always hooks you up.
Bryce, for real, have you been good? That's the only question. Because if it doesn't show up, then you know that somewhere along the line, you done goofed up somewhere.
Bryce, have you been good, and are you a Christian?
Have you heard the good news?
Bryce, we've got good news. Wear this cape. Wear this cape. Take this little book. Don't tell your parents, though.
Bryce, we got good news about the love of Christ.
Bryce,
you're not
keep
even going
this-
to care about...
Keep this little book secret, Bryce.
You're going to be like...
Don't tell your parents it's a book, Bryce. They'll tell you it's all lies. They don't know.
It's full of good news.
Your parents don't believe, Bryce. That's why they don't think a Wii U
Parents
is
aren't ready to
coming.
hear it. But if Santa doesn't bring you a Wii U, then Jesus definitely is. Jesus is Wii U
Listen,
insurance,
if
Bryce.
Santa doesn't bring you a Wii U, it's because your parents don't believe in Jesus.
You got to diversify your Wii U portfolio.
Listen, playing Wii U isn't cool. You know what is cool? Living forever. Don't you live forever, Bryce?
And also possibly playing 2 Wii U's. One from Santa, one from Jesus.
Yeah, after you hear this good news, you're going to be like, we who? Because of the good news.
Nintendo Power? No, power of prayer.
Power of prayer. Maybe the real power isn't Nintendo Power after all.
And also Nintendo Power of prayer.
Hey, Bryce, Jesus does what Nintendo don't. Just food for thought, Bryce. Chew it over. Mull it over. Parents, you can come back!
Wait till it's all sorted, right,
Don't worry,
Bryce?
we smoothed it all out.
Bryce.
Wink.
Bryce.
Hey, listen, get my cape back from him though.
That
I need
wasn't
my
for
cape.
keeps.
That wasn't keeps. That was like a loaner cape. After the
He's
New Year's
He's
meeting.
crying because he saw something outside the window that scared him. It was a hawk. A big hawk flew down.
We scared it away.
We freaked it out though.
God, once you have 1 year where Santa doesn't bring the kid what he wants, you never have to worry about bad behavior again.
Yeah.
You know, do you want this to be like the 1 year? The 1 year that Santa really followed through on his seemingly hollow threat to not bring you what you wanted?
Just Merry Christmas, Bryce's parents. It's gonna be a great one. I can just
It's going to be a great one. Don't listen back to that part. You may be tempted.
Just burn this after it's done.
Oh,
Your
we should have told
iPhone, I mean.
Bryce, just flush it. Just flush this phone down the potty, Bryce. Daddy doesn't need it.
Bryce, come back
That
in.
way Santa can find it, because he lives in the sewers.
Santa.
No, I'm thinking of it. I'm sorry.
One of those 3 is definitely gonna hook you up with the Wii U. Jesus, Santa, or
Pennywise is
Or
going to bring
Pennywise.
you a Wii U.
This is important, Bryce. Don't go to him. Let him come to you with the Wii U. Don't. He's gonna come at you from the sewer like, check it
Tell him
out.
to slide it to you.
I'm down here having a fun 2-screen experience with Mario and Yoshi. Come check it out. And you say, no, Pennywise, why don't you come up? I got a big TV up here.
How do you go up here, Pennywise? They all waggle down here, Brycey.
I'm gonna need you to. I've got a lot of space that you can really explore with that gamepad. I'm telling you, I think it's gonna be way better up here. So why don't you just?
Just not in the sewer, if we could. Hey, I know kids love clowns. Is there a clown in the world that can entice a child to follow it into a sewer? How good is this clown?
He was just so gosh darn charming.
I know.
He is. No, he's not. He's Tim Curry.
And Tim Curry, as we know,
Could Tim
is not
Curry?
blessed with natural charm.
Could Tim Curry entice any child into any space anywhere on the earth, above ground or subterranean, for any reason,
No.
using any means imaginable? He could have all the Wii U's and candy in the world and be standing 10 feet away from the child in an open
All right,
space.
Bryce, I'm going to make you a deal.
Surrounded
I'll give
by-
you the Wii U, the candy, the pony, and the balloons.
Right.
No,
Tim
where
Curry,
are you going?
Tim Curry couldn't entice a child into an ice cream truck driven by a Pokemon.
He could be surrounded by his parents and police officers. Come here. You're going to love this. I'm chilling in here with Pikachu and Charmander.
Charizard, pump the brakes.
Charizard
I need
is
Brycey to
driving
pile on.
We're all eating push pops.
How'd you do? I see you met my faithful Ghastly. Don't get strung out by the way I look. Well, like, what else do I have to go on right now? You are a clown with sharp teeth. I would rather not. Do get strung out. Very
To be
strung
fair,
out.
I also don't think Tim Curry could encourage an adult to do anything.
Well, except dance. Okay, so this has been our very special, very Tim Curry agnostic. Right, this is an episode where we make fun of Tim Curry, even though we all really love Tim Curry.
Yes.
You seen Clue? So this has been a
in Muppet
holiday.
Treasure Island.
Oh man, we could keep going like this for another
Home Alone
2 to 3
2. Let's
minutes.
keep, but let us.
Worst witch. I mean,
Oh my God.
that's a great one.
I wish he'd do a Christmas version of that. Where it'd be like worst elf, and he'd be like, anything can happen on Christmas.
Okay, so this has been my brother, and me. It's a Christmas show.
Oh, he
about
was also
advice.
great in The Shadow.
Oh
Okay.
man, was that?
Man, everybody saw
you
that.
think-
Thank you so much for listening to the show with a family member. I'm sure you shared it with them, and they can go and find it, and listen to it on their own selves. So I appreciate
I'm sure
that.
they're so hungry for it at this point.
Yeah, I'm sure they're dying for another taste. They're not in any way full. Thank you to people who tweeted about the show this week. Slim Jim, Fatty, Andy Jackson, Dave, your fave, Bill Zucker, Geeky Lindsay, Moskova Mule, sorry, it's a liquid you there, Indube, Ryan Macklin, The Rab, everybody.
Oh, and also, just so you know, there will be no episode next week.
Yeah.
Because it's Christmas, you fools.
Yeah, we're gonna be spending special time together. I want to thank John Roderick and the Long Winters for the use of our theme song "Into Departure" off the album "Putting the Days to Bed," which would make a great Christmas present if you haven't bought it for anyone. It would make a great Hanukkah present too, but you missed it. You goofed. You missed it by a day.
It would make a good anytime present.
It would make it,
Sure.
yeah, it would make a good Tuesday present. So yeah, just consider it. And just guys, thanks so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I-
we really, yeah, right.
This
Well, the world's going to end in 4 days, so...
Oh, yeah, we're not going to get a chance to talk to you again. So.
Yeah, so we'll miss you.
yeah, I mean the world is pretty much already over. But you guys have made these last few years just really
really
special and good. And do you guys know what I'm trying to say?
God, I get it. I do get it. God help me, I get it. Mm-hmm. We've been doing the show for 2 years and like 8 months, and every year has been more special than the one before.
Well, the year has actually been worse. Like things are just really going to HE double hockey sticks. We
kind of messed it up as humans this year, but
and
we'll get it back on track.
I don't even think dogs have done great, especially great
No.
either. But in spite of all that, you guys just keep me coming back for more. By which I mean life, I guess.
Yeah. So thanks. There won't be an episode. Does that mean we're gonna post an episode on New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll do that then, I guess. And appreciate
We'll see you guys then.
People need to know what we end up calling the next year. Although really, it's a moot point. Everything's going right in Quetzalcoatl's gullet next week.
Yeah. At this point, after these last couple months, we really closed it down.
Yeah,
as
we,
a
like everyone
species.
else, will figure it out in 4 days. You know what I mean?
I think Quetzalcoatl came for us now. We'd be like, you got us.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Give the next guy a try. By which I mean
That's our bad.
bipedal sentient cockroaches with superhuman strength and brain power. Maybe they'll have a better shot than we did because we really goofed it up. Merry Christmas, everybody, to you and yours, and happy holidays if you don't like Christmas, but it really is the best one. This one was sent in by Emily Wall. Thanks, Emily Wall. It's by Yahoo Answers user JSSL2234, who asks this holiday-themed question. Is Nickelback a good band to listen to while trying to get rid of a meth addiction?
Happy Candlenights, everyone. I'm Justin McElroy.
I'm Travis McElroy.
Griffin McElroy.
It's been my brother, and me. Kiss your dad. Score on the lips.